persons not wearing masks. Yesterday on Pulse, Gifty and Afia spoke to DSP Afia Tengey, who speaks for the Greater Accra Regional Police. We want to take a listen to her.
So yesterday, the railways operational team, led by the district commander himself, Mr. Asante, they had to embark on this operation that has been code-named Operation Wear Your Mask within the Central Business District. And it was within this area because we know that a lot of people thrown in for business activities, people coming in to buy a lot of stuff here and there. So we see a lot of people in the market area. And so if we have to enforce the mask, the wearing of masks, it means that one of the areas that the police should be targeting is the Central Business District. So this was done within the peripheries. Here we're talking about the TMB and also an area like the railways itself, Katamanto, Rollins Park, and the rest. And after the operation, we were able to arrest 40 persons. And all these persons were brought to the police stations. Their various statements were taken from them. And then later in the day, they had to be granted police inquiry bail for them to report. And I'm told that this morning they have been reporting, and the police is still processing them and seeing the next line of action to take against these persons.
People, what exactly are we charging them with?
Oh, I think it is very simple. We know the Imposition of Restriction Act, and also we know the EI 164 that makes it mandatory for all of us to put on our face masks. And so failure to put on your face mask per the EI, I think, is an offense, and which offense sanctions has been provided under the Imposition of Restriction Act, that's Act 1012-2020. So it's the charge is very simple. So the police have begun working on these ones, and we hope that we will go far with them. And this is not just a one-day operation. We expect that the other jurisdictions per the command or within the command should be doing same. It is a directive, it is a law for all of us to put on our face masks. And so we, the enforcement component, should be doing our work. We should be seen to be doing our work. So that is what we are doing. And yes, the police will not be so much interested in arresting people. What we want to say is that people should be used to the wearing of masks, because for some time now it has become a lifestyle. And anytime we dress and we're going out, one thing that you should not forget is your face mask.
So there you have it, Roland Walker. The police have arrested some 40 people and they are on bail. I guess the question we are asking is the kind of processes that we're going through with this. There's also another leg. This happened on Tuesday. This is Thursday. Are we arresting people every day? Because there are many people who are refusing to simply wear the mask. But I'm also thinking that, of course, you can't arrest every person. You have to, Roland, let the people know that you are enforcing it so that it would deter, at least once people hear, hey, they've arrested 40 people and they're going to process them. People would now begin to learn and realize that the law is working. Maybe that's why they've done this, because it's impossible to keep arresting people every day.
Yes, but the police also have a certain sense of responsibility. I know that even before this incident ended, we had been discussing why doesn't the police enforce this spot on. So just like maybe a Driver's Offences Act, etc., you're given certain actions to undertake, and then but you still, at the end of the day, have to report to the station. I believe that is what they have to do. Then the contention will be, is that swift enough? Because of the numbers involved. Because would you be taking everybody to the police and say, look, you have to go, and then we're going to have
an inquiry, reporting to
an inquiry bill for you subsequently. It becomes laborious, very bureaucratic. At the end of the day, it doesn't serve either party. because I'm just not putting on a mask. Even though it's not just, it's a directive, it's unlawful. At the end of the day, citizens need to move on with their lives each time of the day.
Exactly.
And one of the responsibilities that the Constitution and also the Criminal Offences Act puts as a way of the responsibility on the enforcement officers is to make sure that they don't become a hindrance to either economic development and the movement of people. Yeah, so at the end of it.
Yeah, so wear your mask or otherwise you'll be arrested. And sometimes it's not even the arrest that's painful, eh? It's the cobra. It will just disrupt your whole life. You don't want that to happen to you.
Yeah, definitely.
Whilst you wear the mask to protect your own self, because you're refusing to do it, you're putting other people in danger, and that's why the law must deal with you.
Yeah.
We're talking.
Ultimately, though, we do know that the fines are huge. It's also come under some grave criticism too. Yes, 12,000.
And then you could go to prison.
Yeah.
We're between 4 and 10 years, so there's a very strong punishment for not wearing the mask. But we're talking wearing the mask. You know that even in the law, the president didn't simply leave it at wearing at mask. President also talked about face covering. So it might not necessarily be what I'm wearing or what Roland is wearing, for instance. It could simply be a piece of cloth that you cut just to cover and make sure your nose is covered and your mouth is covered. But not every person can afford a mask. That's why there's a campaign to get all of us to contribute so that persons who are in prison, for instance, persons who simply are, vulnerable, cannot afford to, we can distribute masks to them. That's why there's a campaign, Mask for All. Let's talk about that now. We've had the conversation before. We know their target, 1 million masks. How many do they have now? How is the campaign going? Joining us via Zoom is Dr. Fortune Piekro, who is with the National COVID-19 ICU team. Hello, Doc. Good morning. Okay, good to have you. So how is the campaign going? Doc, can you unmute your mic? I see you're speaking, but we can't hear you. So if you can unmute your mic or remove the earpiece, I'm told. Hello, Doc? Hello, Doc? Okay, so let's sort this out, and then we can speak to Doc again. But we need you to contribute to the Mask for All campaign. So you can either contribute if you've got a mask, you can bring it to the front desk of Joy FM in Kokomlemle, or you can send mobile money. The number is on your screen there. You can donate right now. Caribbean, so at 059-585-1160. That's the mobile money number, 059-585-1160. And you can contribute as little, like whatever amount that you think you can contribute right now. And then we can get enough masks so we can distribute to persons who simply cannot afford, either because of where they are, where they find themselves, either in prison, or simply because they're too poor to afford a mask. All right, let's try and see. Do I have Doc back on the line? Hello, Doc. Good morning. Dr. Fortune Piekro is with us.
Good morning, Mama V. How are you?
Okay, great. I'm fine, thank you. Good to finally hear you. So how is the campaign going? Mask for All.
Yeah, so far, so good. The message is, we are spreading a message, and we are getting a few people coming in and donating. But we think we can do more, and we will need more people to come in and donate to us so that we can, people to come and support the worthy cause so that we can get a mask to reach the people, the target group we are trying to reach. And we all know that the more the masks go out, the more we all get protected, and the better we push the COVID away.
Absolutely. Please remind us of the target again. Which categories are we hoping to reach?
Okay, so we are hoping to reach the vulnerable people in the society, the less privileged who cannot afford the mask, the disabled people, the people in the prisons. Basically, those are the people we are targeting to reach.
And what kind of mask are we accepting?
Oh, we are accepting the simple surgical face mask is acceptable, and then currently the one that is in use by the most of the population, the fabric masks, they are also acceptable. So basically, the two we are accepting the two, but we will prefer the fabric mask because those ones they are washable and reusable.
Okay. But, you know, apart from the fact that if you don't wear the mask, you could be arrested, there's a huge fine, you could even go to prison. Tell us about the importance of wearing the mask, the reason you must wear the mask, I must also wear the mask.
Okay, so so far, many people, if not everybody, is aware that the coronavirus is spread by droplets from the mouth and also from the nose. So wearing the mask basically protects you who is not infected, so that when you are in a crowd or you are near somebody who has the virus and the person speaks and the droplets comes out, you'll be protected from inhaling the droplets or it passing through your mouth to get infected. Also, if you are infected and you wear the mask, you also protect whoever you interact with, your loved ones, your friends, your colleagues. So it's in two levels. You protect somebody and then yourself, you get protected.
And then there's still people who, I'm not sure why some people simply refuse to do the right things. And sometimes they're being selfish by just thinking about themselves. But there are other people at stake. If you don't wear it, it means your whole family, the entire people that you either work with or live with are at stake. So how many masks have you collected so far?
Well, I can't give you the figure at the moment, upright, but we've got a number. We've got quite a number, but we still need more. We are targeting 1 million masks, so we still need more. And if we get more than 1 million, we will be glad to get it. I mean, so we can reach a whole lot of people. It's all about protecting the society. It's all about pushing the COVID-19 away. So the more masks we get, the better.
So have you started the distribution yet?
No, we've not started yet. We are still waiting for a few more masks before we hit the road.
Okay, so how can people contribute? I know at the front desk of Joy FM, if people have masks and they want to drop them, they could, but what other means, what other ways can people do that?
Okay, so people can also get to the AMA office at Accra Central to drop the mask there. And if you also want to donate, you can call this line 059 58 51 160. I mention it again, 059 58 51 160. You can call that number and we will be glad and we'll meet you and we'll collect your mask.
Okay.
So we want to encourage people who can afford. People have bought boxes of masks in their houses. People have a lot of the fabric masks, and people can afford more. So we just want to encourage those who can afford to donate, because if you have the mask and then you think you alone you are protected, if someone out there is not wearing the mask, we are all still at risk. So if you have and you protect yourself, try to give someone, so that if that person also wears the mask, then we are all protected. Then we can push this COVID-19 away faster.
I've had a conversation with them.
We are encouraging those.
Okay, Doc. I was just going to say that I've had conversations with Dr. Boy and now with you. Can we know the people behind the campaign? Why are you doctors involved in this?
Well, it's a group of doctors that are come together to promote the wearing of masks and also to supply masks to people who cannot afford it. We are doing this because we are on the ground and then we see what is going on. The number of people that have come to the isolation centers, and then, as you know, we are losing lives too. And a whole lot of things are disrupted because of this COVID-19. Schools are disrupted, businesses are disrupted, and everybody would like to go back to a normal life as it was before the COVID-19 comes. And the only way we can do it is to get this virus out of the system. And the only way we can do that also is to observe the safety protocols. One of the protocols is wearing of the face mask. That is why we decided to get involved in this, so that in our own little way, we can try to get the coronavirus out of our system.
Well, we're happy as a group, the multimedia group, also supporting this initiative. Thank you for speaking to us. Continue to stay safe as you work in the ICU units. Thank you for sharing, Doc. That's Dr. Fortune Biekro, who is with the National COVID-19 ICU team. We encourage all of you to contribute to the campaign Mask for All, so every person, irrespective whether or not they have money, rich or poor, so they can also be able to wear the mask. You're watching the AM show. Stay with us.